they just own that market because that's what they've invested in. But Google tried VR like years ago, and I have the headset and it's so pretty because it's made of cloth, but it's still not perfect. Like they messed up big time. God damn! Ah, shit, I fucked up. I fucked up! God damn, these motherfuckers are accurate. Yeah, I guess Titanfall saw a surge in players, dude, since EA's announced that it's gonna be on Steam. Which pleases me, because I actually thought about buying this game for PC. It's on sale for $10 right now. But I actually just bought Oblivion. So, the only thing I'm trying to do with Oblivion is mod it real quick. Like, I just want some mods on it to make it look a little bit more decent. I fucking love Oblivion. Love those games.
Alright. That guy's good.
Also, I am definitely feeling good. I can't wait to play Divinity with you guys. Also, Baldur's Gate, dude, I can't fucking wait for Baldur's Gate 3.
Everybody's sick.
I'm gonna play the fuck out of that game when it launches. I fucking love that game. Or, well, not that game specifically, but like, a lot of people are upset. So original Baldur's Gate fans are upset because the original Baldur's Gate is RTS like Stellaris, so it's real-time strategy. And you could pause.
That doesn't even make sense though. Like D&D is not real-time strategy.
That is the best way I've described it, because
that's what Baldur's Gate is. It's literally D&D.
Yeah, it's D&D, but it's always been it's actually always been an RTS. It's always been real time.
Like old fans can suck it. Like yeah. I don't care.
That's the best way. Like I'm like, who the fuck plays like D&D?
I much prefer it.
Yeah, a TBS, turn-based.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it too. Like that's what I told him. I was like, who the fuck plays like D&D as a TBS system? I was like, traditional fans can eat one. It just makes way more sense.
I don't even think it's just that makes sense. Like, I don't think it would be very fun if it was like a real-time strategy thing.
So in the original Baldur's Gate, you could actually like pause, like you can in Stellaris, and you could make it so that you could take the time to like think out what you were gonna do. And so like a lot of people are like, that's the way we want it. And I'm like, or you could just do turn-based and like, you know, save the game and still do the same thing. Like there's just no difference. Like if you're gonna pause the game anyways, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just, I think, like, real fans, like, the
well,
original fans can eat it.
If you can pause the game, then, like, I mean, like, turn-based is just, like, a better version of it.
That's the way yeah. Like, Civilization is turn-based, right? You know?
Yeah.
It's turn-based. Where Stellaris is RTS. Where the fuck did that motherfucker
to me,
come from?
those are just two different games, you know what I mean? Those are... They're not similar, really, other than, like, just trying to raise your people.
Oh my god, these guys... Alright, dude, I'm actually playing against a fucking Titan team right now that are amazing. These guys are fucking good. Like, they're really good.
Probably full team, just jack off to the game.
Oh yeah, they're fucking beating my ass. Like, they're beating all of our asses. They're fucking good.
It's pretty fun to play that, me and Woods and Cody.
Do what?
It was fun to whenever me, you, Woods, and Cody play that.
Oh, I love this game. I love it so much.
Yeah, I was hoping for Titanfall 3 announcement.
Oh, the fact that they didn't
Respawn.
announce one is just disappointing, but like, I love Titanfall.
Wasn't a Respawn, like that entire like game conference event thing was garbage. I was hoping something from BioWare, like anything, like the next Dragon Age or the next Mass Effect, anything. And then I was hoping DICE would show like maybe just like a little teaser of like the next Battlefield or something, but we didn't get jack.
I love
There was like
Titanfall.
a there was like a test or a tech test trailer thing that they did show at the end of it that I guess a piece of the little bit that you see is Dragon Age, and a piece of what you see is the next Battlefield as well. And so people were flopping about that, but I was like, yeah, it's nothing special though. It's just like a
Yeah,
test, like a
yeah. It's kind
tech
of like
thing.
Starfield. Like I want to play
Yeah,
Starfield from by Bethesda, because it's going to be a fantasy RPG, um, hopefully a fantasy RPG Skyrim like gameplay. I just hope. I really like. I want you to watch me play Oblivion so you can understand why I dislike Skyrim so much. Like it's not that
oh, trust
Skyrim
me, I know why. Like Skyrim's got a lot of stuff wrong
art.
with it.
Yeah, it's not even that. Like I mean, all of their games have been lazy development and shit. Like
Oh
every
yeah.
one of them. But give me 1 minute. I'm gonna use the bathroom, man. I'll be back.
Alright.
You there, guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I was saying was, I looked at what the fuck was Oblivion. Skyrim. It's not even the bugs. It's just that like Skyrim removed a lot of things that made Elder Scrolls fun. Like it removed a shit ton of stuff. Like I don't even know how to explain it. Like it's just one of those things you kind of have to experience for yourself.
Well, trust me,
Um,
I've played Oblivion. I just haven't played very much of it.
love Oblivion.
Uh,
It the dialogue literally is a
and
giant meme.
I played Morrowind when I was a kid as well. I played it at Justin Whitaker's house actually. His dad had it, but
Morrowind's a mixed one. Morrowind's good, but Morrowind's great because story, but Morrowind's also like the Elder Scrolls game that's just so hard that it makes it very difficult for most people to just pick up. If that makes sense. Like
yeah,
you can't just start playing Morrowind and start doing great at it. Where like Oblivion, you could pick it up and start playing it and things are great. It took a lot from Morrowind and just made it a little bit more user friendly.
right.
Skyrim
But
though,
yeah,
Skyrim just
Skyrim had so much problem. Like I also hate it. Like I don't, maybe you don't care about this type of stuff, but uh, the thing I liked about Oblivion is like each piece of your armor set was like a piece of its own, you know.
yeah,
But
yeah,
in
that's yep.
Yeah, in Skyrim, like you just slap on the chest piece and it automatically gives you like leggings. Like I think you can change the gauntlets and the
Yeah,
boots,
so
but that's it, and the helmet. But
yeah. So Oblivion kind of like pieced together the armor. So in Morrowind, literally everything is an actual piece of armor. So like gloves from armor to shoulder pauldrons. So literally like the actual shoulders left and right were different pieces of
yeah,
armor. The only thing that makes Morrowind so hard is it's a random roll. So it's actually like playing D&D. Morrowind's actually based more off like the D&D aspect. So every swing and every attack is like based off a random roll. and depending on what your character specializes in also determines the damage. So if you back up in the game, you actually do a thrust attack, which doesn't exist in any of the other Elder Scrolls games. There's no thrust attack. So like in Skyrim, you just swing your sword left and right. In Morrowind, if you walk right, there's a difference in attack damage from the right versus attack damage from the left, depending on like what you specialize in, versus thrusting versus backing up and doing overhead attacks. Like there's literally like 4 different ways to fight, and depending on what you specialize in determines how much damage you do.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
So like obviously if you thrust with a sword you get more thrust damage, but if you thrust with a hammer you don't get that. But if you like in Morrowind, if you backtrack, I think you have to go backwards. In Morrowind it's forward for thrust, but if you go backward it's an overhead attack. So like obviously if you have a hammer you do more overhead damage, so like an actual crushing blow versus like a sword.
Yeah.
It just made combat a little more dynamic is the best way to put it. And I really hope Elsewire, their next DLC, which I'm thinking, I think that's what it's supposed to be, is Elsewire. I really hope Elsewire touches up on some of the things they removed from Skyrim. Like Oblivion's so good because it took like the RPG aspect and just made it so much fun to have like an orc versus a wood elf, you know?
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it. That's the only way I can describe it. Pussy? Fuck that guy.
Yes.
What the? Why'd you answer the pussy?
No, I am one.
Bitch! Ah! I got 2 pilots, but they also got me. Mortal Shell, dude, $30. I cannot wait. I'm probably gonna pre-order it.
Here we go. Here we go.
Just being a Souls fan, like I can understand the like lack of excitement if you're not a Souls fan, but these guys, the guys developing Mortal Shells, Souls is their biggest inspiration, and I guess some old classic like arcade games are also like a huge inspiration for them. And so I was like reading through comments, and there's actually more people excited by the fact that they used an old arcade game. I guess there's like some classic gamers that played like Atari and stuff. They're more excited that Mortal Shells is going to use an old arcade game as like the main inspiration versus Dark Souls.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean I don't know anything about the arcade game, but like I guess it was really fun or good at the time. And then a lot of people are excited for Demon Souls, which I've never played, but I hear it's okay, but it's like boring by comparison to like the original Dark Souls, or by comparison to Dark Souls, it's not as interesting combat-wise.
Well, maybe they'll change it.
Oh, I'd say Demon Souls is gonna get some Dark Souls-like aspects. Bitch! You should have seen that fucking play, dude. That guy was like, oh goddamn, where'd he go? I fucked that son of a bitch up. What a pussy.
My God.
Woo! Man, these gameplays are on fire, motherfucker. Ah!
Nice.
I'll have to record that gameplay, dude. I'm actually, like, I'm gonna share that shit. That pleased me.